My name is Khadija, and I'm the founder of Khadija Cares Foundation. The idea for Khadija Cares Foundation came about when I was personally on a mission to find alternatives for menstrual products to the ones we usually have, which are the disposable pads. Upon my research, I found menstrual cups, period underwear, and reusable pads, and those are the ones I use. But through my research, I encountered a much bigger problem, which was period poverty in Ghana. 1 out of 10 women in sub-Saharan Africa suffer from period poverty. There were quite a number of challenges I faced when I started, right from registering the company. Even finding a name for the company was a challenge. Identifying the communities to donate to was also another challenge. It was more difficult than I thought it would be to identify the right communities, the right schools, to get access to them, to educate them and provide these products.
Auntie is going to take you through it, like I said, how to use it, how to clean it, how to take care of it. And if you have any questions on this, you can ask. You look scared. Don't be scared. It doesn't hurt you. When we finish, we'll take it around for you to feel it. Everybody is going to get one, and also the pack of pads to take home.
Every community has been very unique. From Central Region, Agona Diakra to Tumigana in Ashanti region, the communities we visited in Upper West, Red Chile in Accra, and even the Nsawam prisons, the prisoners in the Nsawam female prison. Every single community had unique women, very hopeful, very encouraging, very open. It's a blessing to be able to speak to them. Some challenges I faced earlier were a language barrier. I do not speak every language in Ghana, so that was a bit of a challenge. But to have people that stood by me, we have here Bakri Foundation in Upper West who spoke to the ladies in Wale. I was able to speak a bit of Fante in Agona Diakra. Every single region, every single community is different, the language, the culture, but it's such a blessing to learn from them and be able to share these products, to be able to educate them in their dialect.
Make sure you know and then you insert slowly. When you insert it,
throughout the period we've existed, we've also identified other organizations that deal with women empowerment, deal with youth and young ladies. It's been a challenge working with them sometimes, but all in all, it's all about collaboration, it's all about respecting each other's team, and just teamwork makes the dream work. Every moment, every donation drive we've gone on has been very pivotal, but I would say one that stood out was during our trip to Upper West. We visited a school called Nyole RCS, a Roman Catholic school, a junior high school and primary. Very, very remote. It was quite the challenge even identifying the school. And upon reaching there, we met about 80 young ladies, expecting about 90, but almost 10 didn't show up because they were on their periods and they could not come to school because they didn't have the products. So that was our first indication of what the problem was. In speaking to them and speaking to their head in charge of empowering the youth, adolescents, teaching them about reproductive health, their matron made us know how it was a struggle for them in that community. And they were very surprised that we identified them, or we were able to find them, reach them, because according to him, people do not usually go to areas like that. They're usually the forgotten people. So it was very inspirational to hear from them and how grateful they were for their products. We hope it would go far. We hope it will touch them. We hope it will make a difference. And we hope it will keep them in school.
I stand on the behalf of Nyole RC Junior High to thank the Khadija Cares Foundation for the products they've given us. We trust on them, and then we know that we will not put them on the chair. We'll make very good use of these products, and then we'll also teach others how to use it.
So we thank you all for your time, your energy, everything. We really appreciate your gifts and everything. Thank you.
AfriExim came about through conversation with a mentor of mine. Upon having this idea, I've shared with pretty much everyone I've met. I bring in conversation all the time. And in this conversation, I just went through, what the foundation was about, what we had done so far. And at the time, we had done only one donation in Agona Duakra in Central Region to about 30 ladies. So upon speaking with her, she was very impressed with the idea. She loved the idea. And less than a month later, she introduced me to a few of her colleagues at AfriExim Bank, stating they had the AfriExim Spousal Support Network, which is headed by Mrs. Orama, and they would like to give us a donation. Just a month later, we received a donation of $50,000. It was a donation that came very early in our story or in our journey, but then it made such a huge difference. It set us way further than we expected in a very short period of time. Now that we had access to these funds, we realized our vision. We could reach more people, we could impact more lives, get more products, and just make the foundation what it is today. In the span of 7 months, we've been able to do 8 donations. We've been able to touch over 500 ladies, and we'll continue to do so with these funds over the next year. AfriExim Bank have been very involved. It wasn't just about giving the donation. They've provided assistance on making sure the products we purchase are verified, they meet all the health standards before giving them out to the ladies. After the support from Mrs. Orama of the AfriExim Spousal Support Network, we had a brief conversation delving deeper into the period poverty problem in Ghana and beyond. 1 in 10 sub-Saharan African girls suffer from period poverty. It's a problem that's bigger than we see. Most girls are missing school because of their periods. They are having to trade sex for menstrual products all across the region. In our brief conversation, we spoke about expanding beyond the walls of Ghana, expanding into other West African countries. And even with the products we donate to the ladies, most of them are made outside the continent. We spoke about how we could build a factory one day to employ ladies to make these products. It creates jobs and at the same time impacts the lives of many of these young ladies. The disposable pads we know take about 500 to 800 years to decompose. That is a huge threat on our environment, on our planet. Comparing them to eco-friendly options such as the menstrual cup, which lasts for 10 years and it's made of medical-grade silicone. In our lifetime as women, we menstruate for 40 to maybe 50 years. Using 4 to 5 cups in your lifetime as compared to thousands and thousands of disposable pads, there's such a huge difference in what it does to the environment. I would encourage a lot of women to switch to these eco-friendly options, whether a cup or reusable pads or reusable underwear. I would say the entire journey so far, over 90% of the journey so far is through AfriExim support. It was self-funded before they came in, so it was slower paced, but when they supported us, we have done so much with it and we continue to do so much with what we were given. Almost our entire success story to date is as a result of AfriExim support. One that stood out was a lady we donated to as part of the Fafali organization in Accra. She's a golfer. She's part of their organization, just 15 years old. And she was one of the first people to give feedback on the menstrual cup. I've had people who are older that are not very receptive to it. So to have a 15-year-old come to me and say, look, this has changed my life. I asked her how her experience was. She said her mom had to help her and then helped her little sister as well. And to hear that it's made her life easier in terms of staying in school and even playing sports and not having to worry about buying menstrual pads every single month. It's really saved a lot of money, a lot of stress. She's able to do all the things she wanted to do very comfortably. The unexpected lessons were generally just being away from the city, being away from Accra. My favorite so far has been Upper West, Wa. In the future, we plan to partner with more communities, more organizations that focus on women, that focus on youth, educating our young ladies right from the start, right from when they are very, very young. It doesn't start and end at donating products. It involves educating them on how to use it. And usually in all our drives, our donation drives, they have so many questions to ask. It also involves the feedback, following up. It's not just about donating in one period and then leaving them. They always have further questions they may not ask on that day. So we do make some follow-ups every couple of months to ask about their experience so far, their challenges so far, if they are facing any, and what we can do better as an organization. We also want to partner with more organizations that will focus on women and children. We plan to have different drives, different education drives and talks, and educate women in whichever language. It's not just about English, in Fanti, in Tree, in Dagomba, in Wale, and so on. In just about 8 months of existing, we've had people reaching out to us from different organizations. People from Howard University in the US reached out to us to potentially have some volunteers join us in the coming year on some of our donation drives. We've also had very good people or partners supplying the menstrual cups, the reusable pads, the period underwear. It doesn't just sell or doesn't just stop at selling these products, but they also want to be actively involved in educating the girls and educating the women on the use or the benefits of the switch from the disposable products to these eco-friendly options. The main SDGs we align with are no poverty. It's our mission to end period poverty in Ghana and beyond. Gender equality is another sustainable development goal we look at. The problem with period poverty is that it sets the ladies apart from the men in class. The ladies miss school because they can't afford these menstrual products. So it's our mission to give them the products, give them these eco-friendly products, sustainable and long-lasting menstrual products, so that they can be on an equal playing field with their male counterparts. Another goal is good health and well-being, quality education, and lastly, climate action. Our disposable menstrual products, the pads, the disposable pads, they contribute a lot to waste on our planet. By promoting the use and educating people on the benefits of using eco-friendly options, we are able to save our planet. Every single community we visited has shown initiative, great initiative. They've asked all the questions I didn't think could be asked about these products. Starting from Aguna Diakwa in Central Region, we went to Kisiman, that's the Fafali organization, then to the staff of Red Chili in Accra, Tumi organization in Ashanti Region, to 3 lovely schools in Upper West, and lastly then Sawan Female Prison, which we did recently. Every single one of these communities has shown initiative. They've shown hope. They've shown that they can make a difference through this little initiative. It makes a huge difference for them in keeping themselves healthier, in promoting climate change, and in just having a better life for themselves.
What it looks like. It's made of cotton, but unlike the ones you see every day, this one you don't throw it away. You use it.
Some unforeseen circumstances where the unwillingness of certain organizations to collaborate with us. Some organizations prefer that you drop the items with them and they will take over and distribute, which we are not always sure of. I always approach these projects as teamwork with whichever organization or institution I'm partnering with or collaborating with. I aim for us to work together to achieve this outcome. So the challenge has been experiencing organizations that are not always willing to work together to make it happen, to impact these people's lives. There are also other challenges where people are not very open to some of these eco-friendly products. I've made calls to certain schools where they were usually headed by males, so they didn't want to have the conversation because they felt uncomfortable talking about periods or menstruation, even on the phone. And due to that, there are ladies that are under their care that suffer from this approach. Our strategy has always been focusing on providing these products to the women, making sure we educate them, making sure we take any feedback, make sure we answer their questions correctly, and give all the information and assistance that we can to them to make their lives better, to make impact. Moment of determination that we faced so far was being in Upper West and not being able to find the schools. On the map or anywhere, we asked so many people in the community, where can we find this school? And I didn't imagine that in 2023, it would be very difficult to identify communities. But we did not give up. We were determined to find them. We were determined to find these ladies as remote as the school could possibly be. We spent quite some hours looking for the school, asking for directions. We finally found them in a very remote area, but the collaboration from the teachers in helping gather the students immediately we got there, arranging them in their classes, allowing us to educate them, making them feel comfortable enough to ask us all the questions they could possibly ask about the products, about how they could keep themselves healthy and how they could make a difference and be at par with their counterparts in the cities.
Banaban gang at use abu yeka 10 years. Banaban to use maybe tare frank ambataro. Unaban use aloyeka o ntaro emi wanyera mende a use.
I'm most proud of setting up the foundation. It was not an idea I thought would be received, especially in Ghana, where most people I'd spoken to before were not very open to trying eco-friendly menstrual products. I would get responses such as, oh, I'm okay with my pads. Why should I use a cup? Why should I use underwear? I have to wash it. I don't want that. So it was very discouraging in the beginning because I spoke to certain people who felt it would not be received well. But then again, I also had very supportive people, very supportive friends who tried the products and encouraged me not to make it a one-off or a drop-off donation drive, but turn it into a bigger organization, register the organization, educate the women, not just our friend group or our circle, but go beyond our cities, go to places where people don't usually go to, and spread the word, give them the products, and build our community from there. Right from my first donation drive, it was as disorganized as you can imagine. My first time speaking to people, I was very terrified about public speaking. It wasn't something I had done before, and especially in a language I did not speak, which was Fanti. I speak a little bit of Twi, but it's not the same thing. But I was able to do the best I could to introduce these products to the women and to explain to them how to use it and to answer their questions to the best way I could. Today, we are able to reach organizations or institutions where we have aid from partner organizations that can speak the language, that can interpret whatever message we are trying to cultivate to them. We've gone from just me speaking to the ladies to having other women or other organizations collaborating with us to spread the word, to educate all these women.
Abumbala yore la menstrual cup. Yaka menstrual cup. Menstrual cup. Kina wapegi inuhe ati asunso. You just push it this way.
The key goal for Khadija Cares Foundation is to end period poverty in Ghana and beyond Ghana as well. We also aim to educate people, not just the women, not just the ladies or the young girls. We want to educate the men as well, that it's okay to speak about periods to their daughters, to their sisters, to their wives and loved ones. Through Afro-Exim Bank, through their spousal support network, has been our biggest donor. Their support has enabled us to impact an immense number of lives. We've also been very privileged to partner with organizations that believe in the shared vision. Bibu Cup from Vietnam, who provides the menstrual cups, to Modi Body West Africa, who have provided period underwear, and lastly, Eco Period Pad, based in Ghana, who have provided reusable sanitary pads. I'd like to thank all these wonderful organizations for their support and for sharing the vision of ending period poverty in Ghana. I'd also like to encourage more organizations to join us in trying to end period poverty and encouraging people to make the switch from disposable products that are usually harmful to our environment to more sustainable options. Together, we can protect women and protect our earth. This initiative hasn't been an individual effort. There are amazing people behind the Khadija Cares Foundation team, from Wired to Innovation to amazing volunteers. We've been able to realize this vision and also impact a number of lives, and we will continue to do so over the coming years. I would also like to encourage people to donate by visiting our website www.khadijacares.org. No amount is too small. Every single amount impacts a life. Every single amount contributes towards ending period poverty in Ghana and promotes sustainability.